Girls? Niyama number 2 is santosa, which means that you must have modesty and you must be content with what you have. Now, and being in acceptance and learning from your failures. So here's the thing. What if I say to you, you must be content with what you have? Does that invoke any feeling inside of you? On anybody?
Feeling of gratefulness.
It does invoke that to you? When I say you must be content with what you have?
Yes, be appreciated and grateful.
Okay. What else beyond that?
Maybe wanting something more than what you have.
That you should or you shouldn't?
That you should.
That you should be wanting something more than what you have?
Or better yourself. That's how I see it.
Okay, okay, that's a good thing. Let me tell you what happened to me, a little story. So with me, I grew up and my mom would say, always be happy with what you have. What that meant to me was that I should never want more than what I have already. And so that used to anger me. Used to piss me off, especially when she used to say it. Just be happy with what you have. And I was happy with what I had. To me, it seemed like she was telling me you can't have more. This is where you are in life. You were born, you were born into this family. You were born middle class. You will always be middle class. That's it. That's all you're going to get. Never again, blah, blah, blah. That's what it meant to me. That's what it meant to me. In my little girl brain, that's what it meant to me. So what happens is Santosa tells us that we have to have modesty. We need to be content with what we have, but that doesn't mean that we can't aspire to have more. You see, the rest of it is right here. We have to learn the difference between an aspiration and a wantingness. It's all about energy. It's about that energy. Let me give you an example. It tells us that you need to learn to know the difference between aspiring and wanting. You must know the difference in order to be successful. If you don't know the difference, you will always be in wanting, and you will want until the day you die. So that's where that critical little tweak comes in, where only the young boys from the rich and the famous and the well-to-do understood. It's very hard for somebody who is coming from a lack mentality to understand the difference between wanting and aspiring, right? And it says set goals. Notice that it told them, set goals devoid of wanting. So when you set your goals with aspiration, but do not set your goals with wanting. And then move forward by taking action, by moving ourselves forward in a way that is always honoring everyone else. In other words, don't get to the top of the ladder by stepping on somebody else. Because treachery never wins. In other words, don't push yourself up by pushing somebody down. Don't build yourself up by smashing somebody down. And yet, that's what gossip does to us. And girls, you guys are the #1 gossipers in the world. That's it. You gossip and you let yourself get in there, and that's when you're not acting with ahimsa, right? And we gossip all the time at work. I go into stores and I'll walk out of stores because I don't like what's going on. Because inevitably they're talking about somebody else who works with them. And truly, that does not help you. And you lost my sale, because I will never pay money to a company that allows that to happen. Walk into Nordstrom's, people. Walk into Nordstrom's. You will never, ever hear anybody talking about anybody, especially not on that floor. But when you do hear talking, you will hear what we call edification. When you edify the person. Because they are acting in what we said, in consideration to others, with ahimsa. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And do not feed into the fire. So when we do this, when we are walking with Santosa, we have to learn to set our goals based on wanting and not aspiration. Based on aspiration, not on wanting. Do you guys all know the difference between wanting and aspiration? When you say, I really want a car, why do you want a car?
To mobilize.
Most of the time to mobilize, but why really do you want a car?
Not walk.
Drive really fast.
Besides that, to drive really fast, to not walk. Why do you want a car?
Is it for material reasons?
To show it off. I mean, you get.
Not necessarily. But why do you want a car?
Everyone has it.
Why do you want a car?
Everyone has it.
Because everyone has one. We're starting to go there. We're starting to go there. Why do you want a car?
Want to be like the other ones?
Put it in car shows.
Why do you want a car? Keep going. Why do you want a car? I'm your mom. Why do you want a car?
So I can put it in car shows.
But why do you want a car?
So I can drive really fast.
But why do you want a car?
So I can put a lot of money into it.
But why do you want a car?
Because I need
So
one.
I can practice driving.
Somebody said it over here. Because I want one. And why do you want a car? And why do you want a car?
To go to a lot of places.
You think you need it?
Why do you want a car? Why do you want a car? Why do you want a car? Get down, get down, get down, get down, deep. Why do you want a car?
To show you have money?
Why do you want a car?
Freedom, I want to show off.
It's something that everyone wants. But not
Why?
Not everyone
Why do you want a car?
Get what you want.
Why? Why do you want a car? Why do you want a car?
Because you don't
So
have
go wherever you
Because you don't want to take public transportation.
You can go everywhere you want. Why do you want a car?
Makes it easier. Convenience.
You want a car because you don't have one. Yes? We want a car because I don't have one, Mommy. Right?
Mm,
Yes or no? Is that why you want a car?
yeah.
Truly down to the bottom, to the root, you want a car because you don't have one. You can give me all the little excuses that you want. Go ahead and give them to me. But we all know the truth. The truth of the matter is you are coming from wanting because you don't have. Do you see the difference? The base of why you really want a car is because you come from the lack mentality. Because I don't have one. That's why I want one. And when I get one, then I'm going to do all the pretty things I want to do. But I want one because I don't have one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let me give you an example. People always say to me, why, like right now I'm on the verge of getting a new car. Every 4 years I get this itch, I gotta have a new car, right? So I'm on the verge, I'm doing, I need to make time. I haven't made the time, but I'm gonna make time to test drive 3 cars that I'm choosing to test drive, right?